Hi guys.
Welcome back.
What? What just happened?
What happened?
I just
Nothing
got
happened.
a notification that's like low device storage. Device storage is running low. You should stop the recording and free up device data.
For
Okay,
What does
who?
that mean?
It's still recording though.
Okay,
that means
cool.
I
we're
want you to
really
know
should
that.
probably just have a minute and we're gonna give them the mini-sode. Let's do it.
Okay, hi guys. Welcome back to the Don't Cancel Us podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Yasmine, and I'm
Hey,
joined by my
Yasmin.
co-hosts, Rachel and Chari.
Rachel. Hello.
Hello.
It feels better and better to be on here. Every time we do this, I'm like
Yeah.
more comfortable, more excited, more enthused by this journey we've started together, for sure.
Yeah, last episode Yasmin spoke about how we started at 2, like we supposed to start at 2 and we didn't really start till 2:30. Today we're an hour and a half behind, but it's for you guys. We're doing this for you all. It's a different background each time, but it's the realness. We're showing y'all the realness of this podcast.
Yes. And you guys should understand that this is new for us. And again, we want to make it really good. So thank you all for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, however and wherever you are tuning in from.
For sure. And like I put makeup on, so
Okay.
Hello.
there's growth.
I
took a shower, so I feel good about
I
that.
did it too.
I shaved, as a married woman, I don't shave often, but it's landscaped down there and up here. It's landscaped.
First of all, when you throw married women, you make single men feel like, see, this is what I be talking about. This is what I be talking about. Bitches don't be trying to do stuff when they get married. Once you give them the ring, they just let they
But
slide.
guess what? You know my man. That single man who say that.
I think
You
that's
right.
a personality thing too, though.
You
That just
right.
has never been Chari.
But also, like every
I
man
love
I've
that
ever
you
been
said
with,
that.
never really cared for landscaping. Most men.
They don't.
Okay.
It's the thing. Women put so much on ourselves. Like, we have an expectation of ourselves for men that men do not have. They will literally, you could, as long as there's a hole in the wall, they're interested.
Not a hole in the wall.
Is
saying.
it like that meme of like Homer Simpson in the bushes? Like, yeah. They're fine. They'll go in the bushes. They're fine. Everything
It's
is
fine.
okay. And
Oh
as you
my
mentioned,
God.
Yaz, I've been this girl before he was the man. So we are together. We're doing this.
Exactly.
It's down and locked. It's down and locked. All right. So for today, I always love to start off by talking about or discussing anything interesting, fun that's been going on recent, today, yesterday, whatever. What's happening? What's new, ladies? Let's talk.
What's
For
new in the
me,
world?
I'm a little
go ahead.
toasted right now. I'm
Ooh.
like, I'm hot.
You
This
gotta
is-
be.
This is laser, okay? But I'm hot right now. And I'm feeling good because I had a couple of drinks. And
I'm
I
very
hung out
much
with
so
my
on the verge of
friends.
drunk.
Birds.
I'm on
Okay,
the verge of drunk.
if you're watching this episode and you hear a little feedback, we're actually in the same house right now. So the drink that I'm drinking, them girls had about 7 of these. Okay, I'm still on my first glass. Them girls there, she on a different kind of drink right now. So
This is my 4th drink for the day.
I
Fourth
haven't
drink.
been
really
counting.
is.
I haven't been counting. But I will say that I am in a good mood. And a great thing that has happened is we got to hang out. We celebrated one of our great friends' birthday. You guys will eventually meet her. But she's the last baby girl to turn 32 it. So,
I really wish she can hear this right now because I'm like sitting right next to her and she has no idea that she's on this podcast. We're talking about you, sis. You're here. Happy birthday. We love you.
Yes. Anything for you guys? Anything interesting, difficult, aside from the podcast setup?
Again, I was about to say, it's really hard.
We have to grow. There has to be growth.
We have to grow.
Okay,
we are growing.
For me, I and we spoke about this over lunch today, is like I'm gonna have to probably get a job to get some more money. I know the podcast don't want to hear this, or if they do, the realism on like influencing, being back to school, and then my man's working, my man. But I feel like I need to like contribute to my daughter's daycare fund because that thing's about $1,000 a month. So if you're listening to this, go ahead and
Sign up for our
send us those
Patreon.
$6. Your girl
Please
needs
sign
some
up for
more
our
funds.
Patreon.
I want to be transparent and honest here. Like, it's not always consistent that, you know, I'm making money or it's always green over here. Sometimes be a little brown with some weeds inside of it. So that's something new for me. But when you see me on my trip in a few weeks, don't say nothing, okay? Because it's been planned. Be quiet.
Because it will
I'm
come
not broke
up.
on vacation.
I don't care what my credit card statement says or bank account.
Hush. Be quiet.
Shh. I am getting in a new
Everybody on
space with my
mute.
finances. Okay? That part.
Everybody on mute. Okay?
I am getting to a new space with my finances too, where it's like I'm prioritizing them in a way that I haven't before. Because something about being
Respect.
a grown up, hashtag adulting, when you are responsible for yourself, okay? I'm talking, I don't got no kids, but I got an adult.
I
And
know when
Hello?
you're
she's not
serious
cheap.
when the hair starts to grow and it's not there. Like, you have, the hair is so long that you just like, I know this is a serious topic for you and we're in the bag right now.
It's nowhere else
Exactly.
to be. It's nowhere else to be.
So I get it, but I will be on vacation. Mind your business, but also pay for the Patreon, please.
Please? Thanks.
Now, with that being said, this is the Don't Cancel Us podcast. In Instagram, we are Don't Cancel Us Cast. On Spotify, we're the same. On YouTube, we're the same. And on Patreon, most importantly, we are the same. Don't Cancel Us Cast. All right?
Sorry,
Patreon
on Patreon,
members,
I think we're Don't Cancel Us Podcast. I'm so sorry. I think it's Don't Cancel Us Podcast. I think. I'm pretty sure.
if
But
Okay.
you'll find us. We're the only
You're
ones. You'll
fine. You'll
see
get
our
it.
faces.
Same
We'll have
icon.
everything
It's
linked. We'll have
happening.
everything linked.
I really was
The
trying to
hair
It'll
is
be
be
on
still
top of
growing
things.
on Rachel too. She just pulled the hair
It's
back over
thick.
the
I
ears.
washed it today. It's so thick right now. It's so thick and long. Y'all don't understand. It's just what y'all call it again. It's shrunk right now, and so it's
The
in there.
shrinkage.
Shrinkage.
Shrinkage. It's all in there. Y'all see, because I have hair. Don't play with it now. I got hair.
Well, the people who are new to this and have not been following our journey, like on Instagram and stuff, we all cut our hair kind of like at the same time. Like, we had a moment of
2022,
buzzing it off. Like, like
January
the what are those?
2022.
Yeah. So if you are interested
Wow.
in what we really look like, if you're just listening on Spotify, you can't see our faces. We are in the growing phases. If you literally look at us, you'll see like the chia phase. We have a bald
Literally.
chia. We have a growing chia, and then we got some little leaves chia.
Hello, hello,
So
hello.
it's phases that are happening right now.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I thought when I shaved my head that I was going to automatically grow my hair back. Like this, as soon as I was just going to let it grow. But I have been shaving my head pretty consistently ever since that. And I don't see myself growing it out anytime soon. And we all had a lot of hair. Let's be clear.
Yes.
We weren't bald headed. Okay. We had hair.
Okay. I mean, if you are, it's okay.
I get it, girl. People have stress alopecia, edges be gone. It's a thing.
Don't cancel us.
It's a thing people are going
It it
through.
it
It's a real
is. It is.
thing.
And some people just ain't got hair in their family. My family
This is
has
a sensitive topic, y'all.
we
Is
have.
it? No.
Well, I think in the time we live in with wigs and glueless and glue and paste down and whatever, people don't even care for the process no more. They want what they want right now, and that's all they care about. And with that
Rightfully
being
Yeah.
so.
said, our right now is us wanting to be low and short. And if we wanted to be
Yes.
a wig girl, we could. Because one of these days, y'all gonna see me. Y'all gonna see me when the check come through. I'm about to give me a little glueless
Okay.
situation for the
Say that one
winter.
more time, Rachel. When the check come through,
When the check come
y'all.
through, I'm about to have me a little glueless situation and have a little cute fall look and make it a thing. Why not? My mom said when it gets cold, you gotta keep your head warm. So hey, get a wig.
And you do. And I was thinking of growing my hair out just for the fall winter because I'm already chilly.
Yeah.
Already chilly.
Facts. 100%. She's freezing right now, just like me.
Ice, ice, baby.
So let's get into today's topic before I toast up because I'm in a sauna at the moment. We're not at my
Really
house.
is.
If I said that earlier, we're not. But today's topic, we talked a lot about friendship and we talked about things that has happened to us or felt like they were directed to us in our relationships and things. I kind of want to switch it up a little bit, just a little bit, because it's just a different perspective and talk about things that you felt responsible for and done wrong in past relationships. So what have you been
Ooh.
responsible for
I'm a
And
in
runner,
past
I'm a
relationships?
track star. I'm a runner, I'm a track
Okay,
star.
so just to be clear, Rachel just dropped this topic on us. You know, we try not to be super prepared for these conversations because we want to give y'all like our true authentic selves and this rawness. So if it takes us some time to get to the answer, it's because she just dropped the bomb on us. And if we had a producer, he would drop DJ Clue bomb right now because
Literally.
Yasmin, I'm gonna let you go first on that one. Rach, I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you go first on that one.
I
And it
really
can
am
be,
a
and it can
runner.
be, it could be, she's like,
I know I'm serious. That
that's what
every
that meant.
relationship, no, yeah, I broke up with my very serious boyfriend, because I was going to school in California and he was staying in Texas, and I was like, well,
Gotta go.
headed to the West Coast, babes. Ciao, it's been real. This is a 4-year relationship, name tatted. It was we were together. Asked me to be his wife. Okay, we were a couple.
Wow.
And I said, baby, I gotta go. Another dude, I was on vacation. I was in Cuba, living my best life. And I was like, I don't miss him while I'm on vacation. So we're done. So when I got back to the States, when I got Wi-Fi, I think I broke up with him in the airport. It was so bad.
What?
I'm saying
Wait,
these things
hold
very
on.
casually, but they were really bad
Oh my
moments.
Okay,
goodness.
not to say that you have to, be regretful in any shape or form, but do you feel like you made a mistake in any of them?
No, I maybe should have not done it the way that I did it. Like the way that I leave relationships, even with work relationships, like once I'm done with the situation, I'm already out the door. So by the time I tell you, it might seem kind of sudden to you, but to me, I've had the
It's been a
process of
process.
the
Mm-hmm.
torn and the back and forth, and I've thought about it and prayed on it and done all the things. So by the time I actually vocalize it can be quite jarring. So I maybe, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like when one of my last boyfriends asked me like, why'd you break up with me? Like he came back years later and was like, yo, that really hurt me. What happened? I was like, well, I didn't miss you.
You
And
were
what did
like,
he say? Like, how did?
These are such good men. I've had really great partners in my life. Um,
that's really great
it
though
didn't
that you knew that or you know that.
I knew it wasn't good. And I knew with jobs as well. Like my mom's always telling me like leave before like you can't just be just out like of people's lives like that. Like you have to do some sort of correcting, some sort of give some comfort. Like this is hard. It's hard for the person also doing the breaking up. Like we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings either. But yeah, that's probably one of my main things is how I leave relationships, but not just my personal relationships, like even friendships that I've had to walk away from or jobs that I've had to walk away from. When I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. We was at a restaurant like a couple minutes ago. I was like, I'm ready to go. Like I'm standing up and I'm leaving. I'm gone. So I would say like that's my thing. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying not to keep, hurting people's feelings. I don't want to be a serial leaver, but that's probably my thing.
Wow.
What about y'all though?
I think it's
Wait,
difficult
Rachel,
for me.
can you repeat the question one more time for somebody yeah, just repeat it one more time.
So it's just about knowing about mistakes you've made in the past that in relationships. Like so things you've
Mm-hmm.
done and it can be sexual or it can be a friendship, really. But just being aware, like sometimes it happens after the fact. And it may not be what broke, the camel's back, but it may be something where you were like you had an epiphany later on, because I have epiphanies all the time. I'm just like, damn, you know what, I used to think this, and like it wasn't even like that. That was just like my insecurity or my trauma. Because you as you learn, you get better at these things, and you're just like, I gotta let them know that this was not their fault or this wasn't on them. You know? You got
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. I mean, no, I want you to go. I have something though.
So for me, I think the biggest thing is like, I think in the one, I have an issue with like my siblings kind of letting me know that I've like passed up on good men. And that has been like something that's been challenging because I am 32 now. I'm single. And, you know, of course, I think most women think that at a certain age, that like certain things will be set up and they'll be making their $1 million and all this great stuff. And then you're like,
Girl.
hey, life, what's up? There you are. So sometimes some of my siblings have let me know based on the guys that I've met, like, hey, you know what, you could have done this differently and you guys have probably been together, or this person, maybe they weren't giving you what you wanted at this time, but like there were ways to go about it that would have played in your favor if you just held out a little longer. And it's a battle for me because I'm like, did I F up? Did I fumble my mans? Because it's been more than one. And a lot of times it's put me in this place of like trying to figure out like, dang, like, did I make a mistake? Like, you know, do I want them back? Do I want to fix this and all this stuff? And with the past relationships, I've gone back with a couple and just been like take a double take, like, no. I think what I did was right. And like the first inclination I had, like, you need to end this relationship months ago, it was right. And like Yasmine always says, you always know. And when you know, the moment you know, just do it right then and there instead of waiting
Time to
and
go.
dragging that bitch out.
When you know it's time to go. And I don't believe in like, I left good men too. There are good, so many great men, but that doesn't mean they're right. You know how many good outfits? Gauchos do not look good on me.
Oh,
Culottes do
no, we're
not look good
not
on
bringing
me.
the gauchos back.
I'm just saying there are things that look good and that work for other
And
people
I
that just
love
will
that. That's
not
a good
work for me.
analogy. That's good.
Yeah, everybody cannot wear culottes. You ever put on a Bermuda short? You got to have good knees for that.
I do like how you guys
It's
both
the
kind of
fashion
like,
she always brings up.
I know, right? I like how
The
you guys both,
gauchos and Bermuda shorts. She been struggling with them two things.
she
Clearly.
Very
tried to go with the
specific.
fashion week. She's just basically plugging the fashion week plug in. It's like fully electrocuted right now. But I like how you guys both recognize like the feeling was still the feeling. And maybe the delivery was off, but it was just like the feeling was still mutual. You still felt the way. Today you still feel the same way. It's just like, okay, maybe
I
my
don't
delivery
regret.
was a little bit off. I don't
Oh, don't
regret.
regret.
Don't
Every time
regret.
it comes back up, I'm like, this is why we're not together. This is why this is why. But you're still a good person.
But
You're
then,
just
but
not
like,
my person.
right.
But
But
you're
then I think,
gauchos. And you
and
know,
that's,
Love
I'm
them
more of
on
a
other people.
straight.
and for
Love them
me,
on
I
other
think
people.
that's where the challenge is, because I'm like, am I the only one who's going through stuff like this? Am I the only person who's having these moments where I'm having second thoughts or just being like, this is not going to work? Are other people in relationships just like not dealing with this? Or are they just like
No, other people in
dealing with it and
relationships are,
allowing it? How is
yeah,
like,
they're
I'm
allowing
not
it
trying to
or
be
they're
no
hoping
hater,
that
but
it's
I'm
going
just
to be
like, what?
different.
Yeah, like what's
No, no,
really
no. You need
happening?
to start asking couples, all couples that you see that are happy and healthy, ask them what's really going on. Because a lot of them are not doing that well.
I knew you were gonna say that. She
I,
was
I,
gonna
I,
say
I
that.
mean, what is the divorce rate right now? Or what is like people are truly not happy and they're not happy with themselves first and foremost.
That part,
So
hello. I think that's the most important relationship is self.
self
Agreed.
facts.
Agreed. And I have remained showing up for self because I'm like, when I feel it, I can't ignore it, and I can even pretend to ignore it, but like there's only so much of ignoring you can do where you wake up and look in the mirror and you're like, it's in your face. Like I can't fake it. I
But some
can't.
people don't even see it. They've committed to something. They're like,
It's
if I do this, then this is going to happen. And they think about problems that they
The
don't
hope,
even
the
have.
hope. Yeah.
and then they
Potential.
hope, and then they talk to other people who are like, hold it out, this is how it is, it's just a rough
Ooh,
patch. You
that
can
is
have
so
relationships
dangerous.
that don't have rough patches.
Pause.
Yeah,
Pause.
girl, I have thoughts on this, but I'm gonna let Chari speak because I know we about to wrap up
The
soon.
hair grew in that moment. If you just listen on Spotify right now, the hair just grew on her head.
A
She
chia
took
pet.
the hands and she waved the hair back. This is the person who don't have any hair, y'all. She don't have any hair. Um, the danger in listening to other people is crazy, especially like the older generation and what they have and what they think we should do and what the relationship should look like. But I'm about to like, I don't want to make this like super sad, but for me, my the way my life played out is a little bit different. I'm married to my high school sweetheart, and I do not have a lot of romantic relationship experience. So when I heard the question, the first thing I thought about was family, like how Rachel mentioned, like her sisters and family. And for me, one of the things that I think about is like, man, my nephew committed suicide, and I'm like, oof, where was my positioning in that? Like, how could I have been a better auntie in that situation? And I think that, like I mentioned, as the years progress and as I'm like healing through it, I'm like, I done the best that I could. Like, yo, I was in my 20s trying to figure it out. Like, I didn't have the model auntie. Like, I have aunties in my life and I love them, but the model auntie to tap into mental health right now, to address whatever my nephew was going through. And me being in my master's program and learning how people are grieving through that and learning like it's not my fault, you know, that
No,
he
it's
made
not.
that decision. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
if you're listening to this and you're thinking like, you know, there's some sort of association of you and suicide to the other person, as I'm learning and experiencing it with other people, it is a hard journey to not blame yourself. It's a hard journey to like grieve and think about shoulda, coulda, wouldas, especially you guys reflecting on your relationships. Like, dang, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. But the constant
So,
is,
so do you think that your thing in relationships is guilt that you feel? Or I'm trying to see what your answer is to the question more so.
um, I guess not necessarily guilt, but it's also like yeah, I guess initially it is guilt. Yeah.
Guilt,
Initially it's like
remorse.
the guilt of like, I should have been a better aunt because of the
Mm,
role that I thought I should have played. But then the retrospect and the learning from that and the tools that I have now that I didn't have being that age is I did the best that I could
yeah.
with the role that I was assigned and not
And the knowledge
accepting
that
the
you
guilt.
had.
Like, I feel the guilt, but I'm not accepting that. I see that you're trying to
Right.
come for me. I see the devil trying to like put that on me, but I'm not accepting that. That's not the answer. That's not the response that I want to respond to. I want to respond to it as I tried my best.
Right.
I could
But
see that. I
yeah.
see that. Yeah. Even with how you mentioned like missing your daughter's doctor's appointment the last episode, I can
Mm-hmm.
see a theme where it's like you have this thing maybe where
Are
you're
you a
like, I
therapist?
should
Like you, hold on.
no.
Dr. Orna is fully loaded. The hair has grown.
I'm just noticing a pattern based
A
off. If you're
pattern.
Facts.
listening, I'm just
Mm-hmm.
picking up on what you're saying, but maybe it does show
Mm-hmm.
up in your relationship in the same way. Just like I run and just like, what did you say your thing was, Rachel? I'm sorry.
My thing was, what do you mean my thing?
She's a
What
runner.
was
She's
your,
a
was
track
it
star.
remorse
I'm more of the person who like probably has some guilt. And what is some consistent things that shows
Oh,
up in your relationship?
that you could be,
ooh.
what your answer was to the question?
Oh, my answer was just like, um, just having epiphanies about things I may have done in the time that it happened, but I'm not regretful of the decisions I made. If that
Mm-hmm.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
That tool of
so
reflection is crazy.
it is. And it's crazy because when I reach out to these exes and I'm like, "Hey, so like there were times where you maybe behaved this way and did something and I attributed this action to a feeling or I attributed it to a character trait of yours and I was wrong for doing that." and I like maybe
Oh, wait, so you
eliminated
go back and it's
and
one thing to like reflect on your own, accept it on yourself,
mm-hmm,
but then when you go back to the person and you apologize and you address it,
mm-hmm.
that is a great trait.
That's
Hello,
where
we
we're
growing
different.
here.
That is where we're
That's where we're
different.
different. I'm gonna try again with the next person, with the next job, with the next
But
opportunity.
to be fair, I'm also the same chick who's like fully like still friends with all their exes, like whether they're married or have children and all that. I know there's like this thing. There's friendship. There's like I once loved this person, and just because we're not together or it didn't work out doesn't mean that they're canceled or they're locked out of my life. Like it doesn't mean that there's inappropriate relationships. It's just like I see you, I'm gonna recognize you, I'm gonna hug you, and like if you have
Ooh.
major things that happen in your life, I'm going to acknowledge them, especially if you let them know, if you let them be known to me. And so
So
with
are
See,
you
me, it's
that's
like,
saying
interesting. I'm also noticing that too with the friendship episode that we just filmed before this one, where we talked about like I don't have a lot of the. If we had a thing,
mm-hmm, it's
I'm a
done. You're
type of
out.
person where that is it. Like I will try to do better the next time. Like I hope that I don't continue to run away from my problems and that I can confront people and let them know what hurt me about a
ooh,
situation
that's
and
the
then
word,
walk away.
Yasmin. I think you said the tool word of
Confront.
confrontation, and sometimes people hear it as negativity. But I think the
Yeah,
way
Mm-hmm.
no.
Rachel is using it is so unique. Unique.
Unique.
Yeah. But like I'll literally reach out because I'll have a moment or I'll hear someone display something and then I'll reach out and say, "Hey, like, you know what? You used to do this and when we were together, I attributed this action or this act to it meaning that you didn't care about me." For example. And I'm recognizing now that it's not that you didn't care about me. You just were doing this act and those two didn't have to equal each other. And they didn't, they weren't, they that was just the truth of it. And so like a lot of them I think are not used to people in their past coming back, and even though we're friends, like coming back and like saying something real that was important to them. So like one particular one, he'll just be like, "Yeah, I saw your message but I thought you were drunk," and I'm like, I was about to say,
What?
yeah, just because they can't handle the truth and the realness I'm bringing back to them. Like I'm owning something even though you still deserve to
But
be
I
broken
don't
up
get the
with,
point of that. What's the point of owning it with someone that you're not going to build with? I'm just genuinely curious.
because I'm still friends with them and I still care about them.
Oh, you're
And
still
so
friends with
I'm
them.
still friends
Okay,
That's
with them.
the
okay.
I'm,
yeah. That's why I use the word unique, because
yeah.
I don't know necessarily if it's like positive or negative, because it can lead to different things. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious if you use that same tool like with your friends and your family, with someone who you
And
have
do you do that
relations
with
with.
jobs? Do you do
Yeah,
that with jobs
like
too?
how
Like if
how
you
do
messed up at work, do you be like, when I was this, I should have been doing like what makes you do it with just ex-boyfriends? Do you do it with other
mm-hmm.
parts of your life too?
I think I wouldn't say jobs because I can't really, with a job, if I still maintain a relationship, potentially, yeah. It will it be something that requires me to like call the office back? No. But if I'm like still cool with a manager or something and we're casually
Wow.
talking, maybe I'll mention like, yeah, I used to do this, but like whatever.
Mm.
Um
Okay, okay.
um yeah, because with jobs there's an expectation naturally because you're getting paid for it. So like usually if you do something wrong, you're going to get called out on it. So it's whether you own it or you
Right.
don't, period. Whereas a relationship, there's no one really holding you accountable. Like you could get away with murder. Like sometimes
Okay,
Mm.
hold on. Don't cancel her,
no,
y'all. She did not mean it. We did not need a
not
subpoena on this podcast. No subpoena. Don't
not
subpoena us. I
no,
know the
not
law.
literal
All
murder,
right.
not literal murder, but people, there are things that people are responsible for in relationships and will drag into relationships. They're responsible for themselves, but because they haven't handled it with themselves, they will drag it into another relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
then they will blame the other person for something that they have to first physically deal with themselves. And that's what I'm talking about. So if it's something that I had to grow within myself to recognize, once I have that realization, I'm gonna go back and be like, yo, I used to think this, but I was wrong.
So that's
You
good. So
didn't
you do
feel
it like
that.
like for the other examples Shari mentioned, like you're with sisters and like other parts of your life, is it the same way too?
Right.
To
Is
a,
it easier or harder?
to an extent, I think with relationships, it's easier for me because
You mean like
there's
Because men are
romantic
easier to talk
relationships?
to. Men
no
are
there
easier to talk to.
yes they are, but I'm also there's a certain level of vulnerability that naturally happens when you share yourself with someone else, right?
Physically,
So
mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I
exactly.
feel
And
that.
so you
Mm-hmm.
open yourself to a different, whereas a girlfriend or a woman that you're not sexually, like, you don't have to be that vulnerable if you don't want to.
You
See, I
mean
Depending on
like
your choice.
disagree.
a sister
I
or a
Depending on your
friend?
choice.
disagree. I see
Um,
it the opposite, but that's just me.
but that's also because you don't find men to be safe. So
That
Ooh.
too, but also I show up the same way. I show up for my friends the same way I show up for my partner, the same way I show up for my work.
agreed. And so I did, to answer your question, I did say that with my siblings and close friends, there is an action where there's this always this turning moment where I'm like, could this have been done? Could this have been done better? What did you do wrong? Sometimes these things happen years later. They're not instant.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
confrontation happens, and I think that that's like one tool. But I think what I like about you is not only does it happen within yourself, you go back to the person. So I can have those moments of like, dang, I did Yasmine wrong 2 years ago. Well, I won't do it again, and never confront her about it because it's like I know that I'm not gonna do it
Yeah.
again. Like, hey, well, I ain't gonna do it again. But
That's
what I
it.
think you're saying
I'm
is
done.
that you would text Yas and be like, yo, two
Going
years
back.
ago on September 15th, when we were sharing a drink,
Mm-hmm.
I needed to let you know that I was wrong.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Especially if
I
it's some
deleted Yasmin's number, blocked her on all social platforms. I don't know her. We don't
for
know each other.
for
We're
for
not
me
friends.
especially. Yeah, because the thing is, if it's something that has it, like, that didn't sit well with me, that left my mouth, that I did an act, I won't, my spirit won't be well. And so it will be sitting in my head rent free, so to speak, and I have to release it somehow. So I will usually start by letting my friends know, or letting my siblings know, or letting my partner know, like, yo, I said something that I'm not okay with. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me pray about it. Let me think about it. Da, 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 and then I'll make a decision like, all right, I'm sending a message. And I've done that this year even already, not with a man, a woman, a friend, and said, hey,
Oh, okay.
I said this to you, and I did not mean to use these words. I was just overwhelmed and and it was not okay for me to say this. I take it back. What I should have said was this, and that. And they were like, thank you so much. That really makes me feel a million times better because I really felt like shit. And I was like, I didn't mean to
Well,
make you feel
Brave
that way.
soul.
yeah, I mean,
Brave soul.
as we wrap this up, I think that that's admirable, and I am going to take a page out of your book. And in all honesty, it's really hard for me to do that to you guys because you guys are like super close to me. Like it's easier for me to do that to a secondary friend. Like I only got a few friend slots. I only got a few
Right.
friends, okay, baby? There's only a few of them, okay? So it's
Two of them
harder
are
for
on this
me.
call.
Yeah. It's harder for me to address you guys, and we can leak this to another episode or talk more on our Patreon, for me to confront y'all, even though it's a brave space, even though the door is always open,
Ooh.
even though it's
Let's
like,
talk
say what you,
about it.
I don't know if we got the time, baby. I don't know if we got the
At the
time
Next
to
episode.
time.
For sure. Let's talk about that
But
next
keep the
episode.
because
Because
it's
I
energy
want to know
though.
harder.
best practices.
Yeah, and even with sisters, because you know that they're going to always be there. Rachel and I come from a sister family, and my sisters are going to be there for me. But it's harder for me to be that person of, let me apologize first. Let
Same.
me do these
Same.
things because I don't know if it's
Familiarity.
proximity. I don't know if it's
Familiarity.
trauma. I don't know what happens in the brain where we just become like mute and we can't do it for them or for you guys. And as we wrap this episode, I know our favorite thing to do is don't cancel us, but don't cancel me. But who wants to
Don't
start us
cancel me,
off?
but I don't
Yeah, I
got
was
no
just gonna have to
pants on.
Oh
Don't
my
cancel.
goodness. I need you to do the what's the water dance? Hey.
First of all, best believe that we are in the studio. Um, I sound so ridiculous saying this right now, but we in the studio right now trying to get that dance right, the water challenge. We gonna do it. It's probably not gonna be with no water because ain't nobody trying to be wet. But
We're not
this
trying to be
ass,
wasteful.
I'm always
this
wet.
ooh ooh. But yeah, we're not trying to be wasteful. So, but expect a whole episode of us like just throwing this ass back. Just expect
Okay.
it.
I will support them and film that moment for them and throw it back on the other side of the camera.
She's gonna be right there with us.
I'm gonna
Don't
be
you
on the camera,
worry.
y'all. I'm gonna be on the camera.
100%.
The camera gonna be on a tripod and she will be there. Make sure you're subscribed on all of our platforms so that you don't miss it.
What are
For
the
sure.
platforms? Give us a reminder.
So
All
that's
right.
YouTube, Instagram, of course, Spotify, and don't forget to join our Patreon. We have exclusive content, exclusive clips, exclusivity across the board. I told y'all I was drunk, so
Okay.
yeah.
This might just live on the Patreon. If it just so happened to hit the Spotify, just know we love y'all. Okay?
It
Because
might
like I
come forward because
mentioned,
mine
What
still
what are you
is.
what are you about to say?
we need the guala. Okay. And if you are a producer out there and you want to help us become the Don't Cancel Us podcast, #1 podcast in America, in the world, just go ahead and let us know on our Patreon. Hit the comments. We need you. We need the producer. We need somebody who believes in us because it's raw and real over here. We're real friends.
really
Very
is.
We're
raw,
not.
very real. And before we go, y'all have to tell the audience what y'all not getting
Okay,
canceled
Rachel,
for this week.
tell me. Don't cancel me, but
Don't cancel me, but tonight, I mean, this is not cancelable, but I guess a little bit. Like tonight, I'm heading to dinner because one of my friends is trying to patch up my relationship with my sister. It's not cancelable, but
I love this.
and that
But
goes
this
back
should
to what
be,
we talked about.
yeah, you should be ready for this more than anybody. You seem like you like to go
She's the
back and patch
confrontation
up
queen. She
and
has the
I,
reflect.
facts.
I, I, I am a confrontation queen when I am ready. There's some confrontations that are sometimes too heavy where I just like, because when you think
This is
about
not heavy.
a sibling will always be there. So there's this level of sometimes you don't,
Was
for
she frozen
me,
on you?
Yeah.
there's,
Okay, she's back now.
there's
Okay, great.
there's some level of like, of the confrontation that I just don't even want to deal with at all. Where I'm just like
I feel you.
because you're my sibling, you're not going anywhere, and so sometimes I'm just like, if it's not that I don't want to address it, but if I wait long enough, I'll be over it.
Is she frozen on your end? Oh
Yeah,
no!
but she's back now. Okay, Shari, you
Oh,
go.
y'all were frozen too, but I guess we're gonna see how this play out. Shari, it's your turn.
Exactly. I don't know if this. Okay. Don't cancel me, but I don't know if I. So we're gonna have like a sex podcast one time or a few times, right? And I have something
I
juicy, but
can't
I don't
wait.
want to share it right now
Share
on this.
it. Share
Right
it
now?
right now.
Right now.
What is
Okay.
it?
You
You got
got
an
5 minutes.
STD?
Go. You got 2 minutes.
No, I don't have an STD, but one time the condom got stuck up there and I had to like do a
Fish for
full
it.
like fish and it took hours.
But y'all were married.
Hours?
Y'all were
Yeah,
married.
and that's the thing. Yeah, we're married, but don't cancel me. But I don't believe in the other type of birth control. Wow, my
That's
phone
Pulling
went
out?
low battery.
Okay,
It
let's wrap it
said,
up.
"You're done."
I'm so happy that
follow
we're all
us
in the same house
on
right now because I can't wait to keep talking about this.
follow us on
Don't
Don't
cancel
Cancel Us
us.
Pod. Nope, Don't Cancel Us Cast on Instagram, on Spotify. Patreon is Don't Cancel Us Podcast. We will see
Hello.
you next time. We love you. Peace.
Peace. Let's hope.